Okay, so yesterday we read the beginning of our story. What is the title of our story this week? Who can remind me?
How many stars are in the sky?
How many stars in the sky? So we read the first few pages and we answered some questions while we were reading. So today we're going to try and finish up our story. And then I'll have some questions for you throughout the story that we read. So you need to open in your purple reading book. Use yours as an example. Your purple reading book to page 32. What page?
32.
32. And we're going to get started reading on page 32 and read the rest of our story. I will pause the reading and ask questions throughout. So you need to make sure your eyes are on the text. Your finger is following. Your ears are.
Listening.
And you are laser
Focus.
focused. Here we go. Page 32, paragraph 16.
We parked by Mama's office. There was a department store with brightly lit displays in every window. There were street lamps on every corner. There were dazzling neon signs. Headlights flashed from a steady stream of cars. Powerful searchlights beamed from the roofs of the skyscrapers. Close read.
Yesterday we talked about compound words. Who can remind me what a compound word is? What is a compound word?
Words just together.
Two words smashed together to make one word. Good job. What is the compound word that you see on this page, on page 32? What compound word do you see on page 32? Searchlights. Good job. So lights that search or glow. Good job. Our setting has changed on this page from the little boy's house. How do you know the setting has changed? How do you know the setting has changed? What does it talk about on this page that tells us the setting has changed? Okay, they're not at his house anymore. Can you give me some words from this page that tell us what the setting could be? Mom's office, so that's a setting, that's a place where the characters are.
They're in the city.
Can you tell me how you know they're in the city? Absolutely they are, but can you tell me how you know that? What are some words that tell you that? You are absolutely correct, but can you give me some words from the story that tell us that?
Because there's like street lamps.
Okay, so there are street lamps, there are brightly lit displays, street lamps. So let's go ahead and take out our pencil and let's underline some of those descriptive words that tell us that they are in the city. So our friend over here told us that there are street lamps in paragraph 16. So even if you're at home, go ahead and get a tool, get your pencil out. Go ahead and underline the word street lamps in paragraph 16 with us. That tells us the setting has changed. What's another example, someone in my class, that tells us the setting has changed? Our friend back there said Mama's office in paragraph 16. The first sentence, you need to underline Mama's office. That tells us the setting has changed. What else? What else on here tells us that the setting is not the little boy's house anymore?
Because he said there is skyscrapers.
Yeah, there's skyscrapers, the very last word in paragraph 17. You need to take your pencil and underline skyscrapers in your story. Good job. Anything else anyone can think of? We'll do one more example. Make sure if you're at home, you're doing this in your book too with us. Streams of cars. Yeah, there's a steady stream of cars. Do you see that in the country? Are there lots of cars in the country? No, so we know they're in the city because there are several streams of cars. Good job. So go ahead and underline that in paragraph 17 with us. Okay, everybody good? Thumbs up if you're ready. You can give me a thumbs up at home if you're ready. I won't see you, but that's okay. All right, perfect. Let's move on to page 33. Here we go.
And I couldn't see any stars at all. I count exactly 1, said Daddy. No, wait, he said. It's an airplane. Maybe the stars just don't want to be counted, I said.
Okay, now you may turn your page. In my classroom and at home, you can turn your page to 34. Let's finish up these next 2 pages. Page 34, paragraph 20.
We drove back through the tunnel. I was tired and I thought we were going home. But instead, Daddy drove us deep into the country.
True or false? Our setting has changed again. True or false? Our setting has changed again.
True.
True. Where are they now?
In the car.
In the car. Where are they headed? Do you remember?
In the country.
The country. So they were in the what, everybody?
City.
City, and now they're going to the
Country.
country. Here we go. Look at page 35.
There weren't any cars. There weren't any streetlights. There weren't any houses. Even the moon had set. And I knew we could never count all the stars.
Who can raise your hand and tell me what key words in the passage right here in paragraph 21, what key words tell us they are not in the city anymore? Their setting has changed. What words from the story on this page, page 35, tells us that they are not in the city anymore? Their setting has changed again in the story. What are some words?
There's not any street lights.
There weren't any street lights. Good job. Take your pencil in my classroom and at home. Grab your pencil. Let's underline. There weren't any street lights in paragraph 21. There weren't any street lights. Are there any other words on this page that tell us they are not in the city anymore?
Not any streamlines of cars.
No cars. There weren't any cars. Good
Except
job.
their car.
What?
Except their car.
Except their car. You're right. So there's only one car. Okay, what else? Let's do one more example.
There were no houses.
There were no houses. There weren't even any houses. The city has lots of houses, right? But the country, there's not as many houses in the country. Good job. So our setting has changed once again. Thumbs up if you're with me and you have all of those things underlined. Awesome. Okay, let's move on to the next page. Page 35. You can go ahead and turn your page to page 36. Page 36. Here we go.
No matter where I looked, new ones appeared every time I blinked my eyes. Daddy pointed up above and showed me the Milky Way. The stars were so thick I couldn't tell one from another. Close read.
Ooh, what do you think they're looking at in this picture? Think about the title of our story. What do you think they're looking at in this picture while they're out in the country? What are they looking at? Mhm.
They're looking at the Milky Way.
They're looking at the Milky Way. Good job. What else are they looking at?
The star.
The stars. They're looking at, they can finally see the stars. Okay, let's look on page 37. What happens?
We were much too tired to drive anymore, so we slept underneath the stars that night.
So get to see the stars?
Yeah.
Yes. Did he sleep underneath the stars? Yes. Were they in the city or the country while they were sleeping?
Country.
The country. Good job. Yes. Okay, let's see if we have anything left. Okay, let's read these 2 pages and see what happens the next day. The first few words, it was daylight. What kind of word is daylight?
It means that like it's daytime. The sun
It's
has come down.
daytime. Yeah, it's a compound word. 2 words, day plus light equals daylight. Good job. Okay, so we're now on page 38. Go ahead and flip your book if you haven't already. Flip your book at home if you haven't already. Here we go.
It was daylight when we woke. Daddy, I said, all those stars are always out there even when we can't see them, right? Of course they are, he said. Can we try to count them again sometime? I asked. Any night you feel like it, he said. You and me and Mama can all go out together. I could hardly wait to see Mama and tell her about it. In a little while, we'd all be back home. But now I was glad just to be standing there with Daddy, basking in the warmth of the one star we could see.
What star could they see?
The sun.
Everybody.
The sun.
The sun.
And that was the sun.
And that was the sun. Thumbs up if you knew the sun was a star.
Yes.
You definitely knew it was a star, didn't you? Thumbs up if you knew that the sun was a star. Awesome. So that's the end of our story. My friends at home, I will be posting some questions for you to answer after you watch this video of us reading the story together. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.